Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. Books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. Find them on the web at tubbyandcoos.com. And follow them on Twitter at tubbyandcoos. Hashtag more than books.
The 39th Annual Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Gaming Convention, CoastCon, is happening this March 4th through 6th in the Gulf Coast Coliseum in Biloxi. CoastCon is the longest running and largest convention in Mississippi. Enjoy 3 days of gaming, costumes, shopping, and guest panels with such amazing guests like Steve Bloom from Star Wars Rebels, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn from Naruto, and New York Times bestselling author Jacqueline Carey. For more information, go to coastcon.org or check out their Facebook page. CoastCon, March 4th through 6th. Don't miss it.
The Legend of Zelda, Symphony of the Goddesses, comes to the Sanger Theater on April 1st. A 4-movement symphony based on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda franchise, with breathtaking video, beautifully timed with a full orchestra and choir. For more information, go to zeldasymphony.com or buy your tickets now at ticketmaster.com. The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Good evening, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
David DeCorbier.
Hey, man. Having some technical difficulties over there?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right, it's all good. So, hey, look, man, we have a great show lined up for you today. We've got a guest in studio, Fleet Captain Randolph Allen of the USS New Orleans. Hey, Randolph.
Aloha, guys.
Hey, and so we're going to be talking to him in a second segment, and we have so much top nerd news to talk about. I don't know if we're going to be able to cover all of it. And on top of that, we've got free stuff to give away.
Dun, da, da.
I know, it's great, man. So we have, look, our prize closet is so full that we have not one but 2 things to give away tonight. So third segment, we're gonna give that stuff away.
That sounds good. Well, yeah, 260-1280.
Yes. So write that down and get ready to call it.
All right, now, as always, we strongly urge you to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek, or check out our website at twigradio.com, or follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio. And, Brian, guess what?
What?
We have a new social media account. It's Instagram, The Week in Geek.
Well, you know, that's just another avenue for our fans to follow all the shenanigans going on down here.
Yes, it is. We've been taking selfies in the studios looking all cool and suave and deboner.
So, hey, other places you can check out the show, of course, we're on Spreaker.com or the Spreaker app for your smartphone or tablet. That's where we load up all the podcasts. And then we do have that YouTube channel that's linked in with Spreaker, so you can get it there. And iTunes, we're on there as well, and it makes Dave very happy.
Yes, it does.
Yes. So, all right, well, you ready for some Skungy?
Ew, the way you put it like that, no, I'm not. So without much further ado, here's our boy Skungy and his pick of the week.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
You might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon? We got Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
Hello, sir.
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Y'all doing fine as well.
Mostly. Dave is messing with the board over there, so it's going to be you and me for a minute. So what's the pick of the week, man?
This week, it's going to be Far Cry Primal.
Okay.
Now, get ready to go back in time, 10,000 BC.
All right.
German set back the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
It's set back in 10,000 BC. Far Cry has been a popular series that's been out for a bunch of years now. They always go to exotic locations like tropical islands or the Himalayas. Well, they decided, hey, let's go back in time.
Okay.
So basically, you're playing a caveman.
Nice.
So where it's a lot different than a lot of these other. It's a first-person shooter, but you really can't even call it that because you don't have any guns. You have bow and arrow. You have spears. You have clubs. So that's what you have to defend yourself.
Okay. And do you pick these up? Do you have to manufacture them in the game, or?
Well, you get them in the beginning. You get them given to you, but then you can upgrade all of your weapons through crafting. Crafting seems to be something that's just going to stay with video games for a while now, but it's a mechanic that a lot of people like as well.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, look at Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly, like Fallout and whatnot.
Right.
Well, this one, it's a little bit different. You're going to get your resources from, foraging through the land, picking up plants, but also from hunting animals. Now, if you have a problem with hunting, do not play this game.
Okay, why is that?
Because you're going to be hunting, tigers and wolves and woolly mammoths and bears and like wild dogs and sheep and goats and all this kind of stuff.
Well, that I have to say, it reminds me of Dawn when we tried to get her to play World of Warcraft, and we're kind of stepping her through it, and she's got a little dwarf, and she's doing some of her beginning quests, and she's like, oh, what do I do? And it's like, okay, talk to that guy, and then you have to go kill those wolves. And then she runs over there, and she starts hacking at them, and then when they die, they're like, Rrr! And she's like, I don't want to kill the wolves. So is that what you're talking about?
Basically, yeah, but the thing is, they're a lot more vicious.
Okay.
I mean, that's one thing that this game does well. It's like most first-person shooters or whatnot, you can go through the land and you have a little bit of, tension, but for the most part, you have guns and stuff like that. It's just you and a spear sometimes, and you're going to have a big hulking saber-toothed tiger come after you. And the sound in this game is wonderful because you're walking through and you hear something moving in the thicket, and you're just like, all right, what is that? Is it a rabbit or is it a tiger? What was that noise? So
yeah.
The tension's really high in it.
Okay, are you familiar with what is it, Arc Evolution? Are you familiar with that game?
Yeah. They're still doing like preview testing and everything with it. It's available to buy in a preview state right now.
Okay,
but they haven't done like what you would say a full game release.
All right, I mean, do they compare?
It compares to it, but Ark is very like sci-fi.
Right. There's that.
This
sci-fi
is
element.
more. It's kind of down to earth, but one cool thing is that you can actually, because it's very spiritual. All Far Cry have a bit of like spiritual, supernatural feel to them. You can tame some of the animals, like a wolf, and have the wolf fight beside you, or see through the eyes of the owls, and they like act like drones. Okay.
So, is there a storyline to? I mean, some of the Far Cry there's a storyline to it, right? Is there a storyline to this one?
That's the one thing that kind of does fall flat with this one. In the past Far Cry games, you've had these really rich and psychotic and interesting bad guys.
Okay.
Everybody in this one, it's kind of flat, but once again, it's very Neolithic. There's not much sophistication going on with early tribe people. It's more, you have our stuff or we want you gone. Simple as that, you know?
Me Tarzan, me know where me go.
Exactly.
You know where you go, Tarzan.
That's the other thing. The entire game is subtitled.
Okay, interesting.
It's not. They didn't do it. They're speaking some kind of dead language, but the entire game subtitled, and even the subtitles are, there aren't adjectives or, me do this.
Right.
We do this,
What was that?
Me do this.
What was that? Was the movie Caveman? Was that from the 80s? Was that it?
Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh.
Captain Caveman.
No, you'd remember this one. So, Skungy, price and platforms.
It's $59.99.
Okay.
And it is on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Dirty PC.
Yes, very good. So, I mean, is it something you recommend? I mean, have you enjoyed playing it?
I've enjoyed playing it. It's fun. As long as you don't, try to worry about story too much, you're going to have fun going through this open world, taking over these camps, crafting your weapons, taming all the animals. It's fun.
Okay, all right.
Just don't look too far into the story.
All right, Dave, I think we got to take a break. Are you ready to kick Skungy off?
I'm always ready to kick Skungy off. Don't ask me that.
That's his favorite part of the show.
It is.
It is. Skungy, get off our show.
Thank you, Skungy.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye. All right, Brian. So when we get back, we're going to talk to Mr. Randolph Allen.
We are. It's going to be great.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Stupid. I'm having issues yet again.
You've got subscriptions. What are you talking about?
All right, guys. So as always, I'm about to do the show opening again.
You were.
Good Lord. So stay tuned. Brian, take us to break. Good God.
Guys, you're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these short commercial messages.
From the Legal Inc. Traffic Center, Fox Sports 1280, Time Saver Traffic.
Well, the Pelicans play this evening at the arena, tip-off 7 p.m., and already starting to see a heavy delay on the I-10 from Metairie into the CBD, beginning from the Parish line, remains tight through the Crescent City connection. Now stop and go to the East Bank side of the Crescent City connection, beginning from General de Gaulle. High-rise delays begin from St. Bernard Avenue, slowing up I-10 through Metairie and Kenner, between Bonneville and Power, and stop and go I-10 eastbound between Williams and Veterans. I'm Angie Burlier. Follow us on Twitter at Total Traffic NO.
This report is brought to you by Home Bank.
Brought to you by Home Bank. Come by and visit with us at one of our 13 convenient branches located throughout Greater New Orleans and see why so many customers are coming home to Home Bank. Good for business, good for life.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America.
Good afternoon from the Fox 8 Weather Center on a spectacular afternoon with plenty of sunshine and very pleasant temperatures. Winds have been out of the west, a warm direction. We're up around 70, and it feels delightful. Now, a weak front's coming through overnight. Friday is not going to be quite as warm because the wind direction's going to be different. The north winds will make us maybe 8 to 10 degrees cooler. Tomorrow's high's only lower 60s, so you're probably going to want a sweater or a jacket. But the good news is the weekend is going to warm up and no rain. From Fox 8, your Weather Authority and Bounce TV, I'm meteorologist Bob Reck.
Do you live in a historic home? Are you renovating? Your children could be at risk of lead poisoning. It takes just a microscopic amount of lead dust to poison a child. Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
An oil change protects your car's engine to help keep it running stronger for longer. That's why AutoZone has the right oil, filters, and all the helpful advice you need. So get those hands dirty and keep your engine running like it's fresh off the lot. You can pick up some of that new car smell, too. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Turn some of your tax refund into a lot more miles with 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional motor oil and a Bosch oil filter for just $22.99. See store for restrictions and details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby and Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
This March 4th through the 6th, CoastCon marks its 39th annual science fiction, fantasy, and gaming convention in Mississippi's Gulf Coast Coliseum in Biloxi. CoastCon is the longest-running and largest convention in Mississippi. Enjoy 3 days of gaming, costumes, shopping, and guest panels with such amazing guests like Steve Bloom from Star Wars Rebels, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn from Naruto, New York Times bestselling author Jacqueline Carey. For more information, go to coastcon.org or check out their Facebook page. CoastCon, March 4th through 6th. Don't miss it.
This is the Week in Geek.
That is illogical, Ensign. Odors cannot travel through the vacuum of space.
On Fox Sports 1280.
Fascinating.
Broadcasting from the TubbyandCoos.com studios.
Most illogical reaction.
Here's David and Brian.
You realize that the aim will, of course, be very crude.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with...
Oh, my. George Takei. Oh, my.
And in the studio, we have with us Fleet Captain Randolph Allen of the USS New Orleans. How are you?
Oh, just fine. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great, man. How you like that rejoinder?
Oh, that was
it's
fun.
Spock. Come on now. What, you don't like Spock, you dirty Starfleet SOB? What, you got a problem with Spock? I'll come in that room, man.
Well, I don't have a problem with Spock. Spock's cool.
All right, but you don't sound so damn excited. Come on, perk up over there.
He cut that for you.
I did. I made something special for you, and then you throw it in my face. Okay. So, tell us about your bag.
I almost feel bad. Almost. But that would be omitting two feelings. And as Vulcans, I don't have feelings.
All right. Yeah. Now you're coming back.
All right. So, Randolph Allen, you're here to talk to us today about the USS New Orleans. What is that?
The New Orleans is a chapter of Starfleet International, which is the oldest and largest Starfleet, Star Trek club in the world. We have about 4,600 members globally.
Nice.
And, when we shrink that down to the area with the New Orleans is about 50 members strong right now.
Okay.
So, and we do all kinds of things, Of course, we promote Star Trek. So you'll see us at conventions and everything wearing our little pretty uniforms. And at the same time, we'll do some... I see that.
Continue.
And we also do a lot of in the way of community service and things like on that level.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Right.
And I mean, y'all have a lot of stuff coming up. There's an anniversary coming up.
We're getting ready. Fleet-wide, we're getting ready to get ready for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. There'll be many a pilgrimage to Las Vegas because that's where the big cons are, and in Dallas. So that's where a lot of the celebrity cons. I think our focus will probably be more towards SciFi-Con in Lake Charles.
Okay.
Simply because Name the Visitor is the media guest of honor.
Nice.
So it's like, well, I think we have a reason to get out there and hang out with some of our friends in Lake Charles.
Wait, which one is she?
That's Kira Nerys from DS9, First Officer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the biggest and baddest Bajoran chick on there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... we get to see her out there, so that's one. So we're looking forward to that. We'll be we'll be at CoastCon as well.
Right, yeah, CoastCon, and not this weekend, but next down in Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum, and we're going to be there.
We are.
Yes. So, all right, cool, man. So a lot of stuff in 2016, huh?
A lot of stuff in 2016. We're already starting to prepare for 2017, in fact, because New Orleans is going to be the home of the international conference.
Really?
Right. So basically, Starfleet with the world with its global following will descend upon in its entirety in New Orleans.
Wow. Do you have dates on that?
Right now, the dates are the 18th to the 20th, 2017.
Okay.
And we're targeting our favorite hotel, which is a favorite hotel for a lot of groups, which is the New Orleans Airport Hilton.
Oh, okay.
So,
and that's 18th to 20th of
August.
August.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, that's cool.
So we're definitely aiming for that date there. We're going to try to work with Starfleet and everything. We're going to try to make the event a little bit more inclusive for other fandoms.
Okay.
It's a little bit tricky because our international conference also substitutes as our annual business meeting. So it's kind of
So you don't want a bunch of Star Wars nerds in there, going "Ootini" every time you try to take a vote.
No, that's fine. That's fine. As long as they're not first order stormtroopers, we're okay.
You mean because they can actually hit stuff?
That's right. And our red shirts die too fast.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So, how USS New Orleans is just one part of all the Starfleet in Louisiana, right?
Well, Starfleet in Louisiana is 6 chapters.
Okay.
So the New Orleans base chapter. The oldest chapter is actually the USS Corsair in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
We have the Selene, which is recently just brand new out of Slidell. I mentioned Lafitte out of Lake Charles. We also have the Ravenclaw in Shreveport, Minden area. And then we have a brand new spanking chapter, which we're really proud of. It's called the Harlequin, also in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of clubs, a lot of them focused on helping each other. So when you see one ship at an event, you're probably going to see about 2 or 3.
Right. Well, and there's a lot of events all over across Louisiana, so
right.
You're spread out. That's great. You can cover more ground.
Right, and each chapter usually, with the exception of maybe the conventions, each chapter usually has a influence in their little area, their little sphere. So they,
right.
Like for instance, we have 2 chapters in Baton Rouge, and both chapters are really quite different in character. So they actually will plan events and appeal to the general membership of the area. So members will have a choice.
Right.
Right.
They don't fight it out in the streets.
That's for the Klingon clubs.
Yeah,
okay.
that's right.
That's the group I want to be on.
I have a name. I'll give it to you at the end of the show.
All right.
All right, so, there's a lot of different clubs, right? If you're a Star Wars fan, you can find those. You're a Doctor Who fan, you find those.
Right.
Is there something that sets Starfleet and the Star Trek organizations kind of apart from those?
As in contact information? Or?
No, the things that you offer your membership.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the things I found, especially when I joined Starfleet, is that Starfleet offers a lot of membership perks.
Okay.
Okay. Some of the things that we offer are hotel discounts. We do costume discounts because a lot of times, a lot of other club people will relate. Making or getting a costume can be tight on the budget, so we offer discounts on that. One of the things that we also have is car rental discounts. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like a transporter, but no.
That's cool.
Actually, the deal is with Enterprise, of all people.
Oh, that's even more.
So,
I don't know if I like that or not.
But the biggest perk that I find with Starfleet is that we, as an organization and to our membership, we have a Starfleet Scholarship Fund.
How cool is that?
And so far as I know, we're the only club that actually has its own scholarship fund.
Wow!
What does my GPA need to be?
As long as you are a paid member, you are good.
How do I get a scholarship? That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, you have to be in the club you have to be in Starfleet for a year.
Oh, just award it to random strangers like, hey, you look smart.
No, you got to be in. You got to do the deal, right?
Oh, yeah, you got to know a guy.
Right.
Forget about it. Hey.
Well, the way the scholarship works out is I think we work it up to a total of it's basically we award it to 5 members and it's up to $1,000
out of the Starfleet group or like each
group.
State or something?
No, just Starfleet.
Okay.
So out of 4,600 people, any potential person who wants to get the scholarship, they put in they ask.
So I got a 1 in 4,600 chance if I join.
That's true. Yep.
Wow. See,
all right.
I did math.
No. Wow. Did it hurt?
Yes.
So, Now, I told you when we were talking, we were setting up for the show, that I had a question for you, and this is actually very topical right now.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the Axonar situation?
Oh, that's a good one. And,
all right.
And actually, I was expecting that.
Ah, okay. All right.
I hate to say that because it is very much out there in the media. It's a touchy subject. So the thing is that a lot of people look at it as because Axonar was crowdsourced.
Right.
And because it was crowdsourced, they think it's kind of owned by the fans.
Right.
But the reality was, and this is where the lawsuit gets kind of, when I actually looked at the law documents, that was kind of what helped out. The law document spells out exactly how Axonar Productions crossed the line.
Okay.
And basically, yes, they use 3 characters, and they use a lot of the CGI modeling of several TOS-era ships. And that's kind of how they crossed the line. But the thing was how they approached it. Most fan organizations, fan film organizations, when they do a crowdsourcing like this, they put money into that production, and that's all it goes to.
Right.
Axonar, not only did it raise an astronomical amount of money,
yes,
it also went into a studio, which could be seen as an expense, but they're also looking at they paid everyone to do the production. They paid for that quality work. Whereas if you take a comparative one, which would be, in my case, Star Trek Continues. Okay, and hopefully I get Vic's name right, but Vic Mignogna and his gang, they're all actors. They're working jobs, just like any other guy. They're working their voice jobs. They're working their movie jobs and everything else, and they're raising money out of pocket and crowdsourcing to rent space in another, basically in another state. They get to like summer camp and travel down to the studio and get everyone there.
And nobody's getting paid from that one.
And no one's getting paid.
Okay.
That's because
so if you get paid, you're in trouble, is what you're saying?
I don't know, but I think the issue is that Axonar took on such a high production quality and using a lot. I mean,
CBS was jealous. Just admit it. They were jealous. They were pissed because a fan group did it better than the crap that they're trying to sell us.
But the point being is that this fan group, with all the money they made off it, is not just doing Star Trek. That's the thing. It's not being sunk into the entirety of the film. It's being sunk into a studio which is going to go making paid. Now they're going to make production quality stuff for profit.
Well, good on them.
Right. But the point being is that that was that unwritten rule. See, this agreement between the fan film production company started with Star Trek Phase 2 or Star Trek New Voyages when James Cawley, basically a production guy on the Next Generation set, went down and told his bosses, I want to do fan films for Trek. And I have costumes. He got costumes from the studio.
Yeah.
He was able to build his own bridge set. And he just says, as long as I don't do it for profit or money, it's okay, right? And he worked out a deal where CBS and CBS Viacom, because Viacom was the big bag wolf in those days,
right.
Basically just said, we'll look the other way, but be absolutely certain you're not making any money, you're not merchandising. And that's exactly the model that every fan organization has used until then. Now we have Axonar. Axonar has actually got patches. They've got stuff coming out. They have resin kits of the ship.
Wow. Okay. See, I didn't realize all that.
Right.
So.
And I, keep in mind, I don't know if Alec Peters and his organization are drawing money off of that, but I do know that they put money down for patches, so everyone can have patches to give out for swag.
Right.
They did provide us with some really cool looking posters and everything, but and to help promote them. But the overall issue is that when you look at this licensing issue between CBS and Paramount can also affect our local cons, because what we were doing was showing the films at the convention. And
that's always been wrong. We're not supposed to be doing that. I mean, it says it in the beginning of the damn movie.
It does.
Come on now.
Right. Well, I mean,
unless they send the cop to knock on your hotel room door, are you having a video room in there?
Well, video rooms
turn that crap off.
Video rooms are fine.
Video rooms are fine because you can walk into the hotel, into the video room for free.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Okay, but what we're talking about is that, and
like in the parties, the room parties, yeah.
Like the room parties. But what I'm talking about is when we were running panels.
Right.
We were doing, we were actually running the films during those panels.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, guys, Randall's going to stick around all show.
When we get back, we got to do top nerd news.
We do,
all right, guys.
we do.
So stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.
Well, the Pelicans play this evening at the Smoothie King Center. Tip-off at 7 p.m., and we're still seeing a delay on the I-10 and also in the Riverbound Expressway for traveling into the CBD between Carrollton and the Bridge. Also slowing up to the East Bank side of the Crescent City connection beginning from General de Gaulle, remains slow on the Lakebound Expressway. High-rise delays begin from the I-610 merge. Still seeing a delay through Metairie and Kenner between Causeway and Power, and on the eastbound side between Williams and Veterans. I'm Angie Burley. Follow us on Twitter at Total Traffic NO.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
Do you have a family member who is getting older and can no longer be safely left alone? Get to know Visiting Angels, America's choice in senior home care. With over 500 offices, Visiting Angels assist adults nationwide to continue living in-home and avoid moving into a nursing home. Experienced, compassionate caregivers provide assistance in hygiene, meals, and light housework. Services provided up to 24 hours a day at affordable rates. For senior home care you can trust, check out visitingangels.com. Franchise opportunities available. Visitingangels.com.
A Napa guy knows the good thing about an old truck is you can treat it like an old truck. Meaning, however you want. Because the paint job looks best covered in mud. Dents build character, and unpaved roads are unscientifically proven to be 70% more fun. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep that thing running longer, stronger. Because it's not old. It's broken in. That's Napa know-how.
The Week in Geek, every Thursday at 6 p.m. from the TubbyandCoos.com studios. Comic books, movies, books, video games, and more. The Week in Geek, Thursdays at 6 p.m. on Fox Sports 1280 a.m. with David D-Squared DeCorbier and Brian Held.
At Ted's Frost Stop, we respect your taste buds. And when your taste buds say,
"Hey, we're hungry,"
we try and make them happy with our big portions and little prices.
Yummy.
Your taste buds will love our famous Lotto Burger. All you can eat pancakes, just $4.95. And our world famous Frost Top Root Beer. Come on, don't skimp on your taste buds. Skimp on your wallet. Claiborne Avenue at Calhoun behind Tulane Stadium and on Facebook. Fresh, homemade, and portions and prices that make your taste buds happy. Ted's Frost Top.
The 39th Annual Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Gaming Convention, CoastCon, is happening this March 4th through 6th in the Gulf Coast Coliseum in Biloxi. CoastCon is the longest running and largest convention in Mississippi. Enjoy 3 days of gaming, costumes, shopping, and guest panels with such amazing guests like Steve Bloom from Star Wars Rebels, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn from Naruto, and New York Times bestselling author Jacqueline Carey. For more information, go to coastcon.org or check out their Facebook page. CoastCon, March 4th through 6th. Don't miss it.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds. Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby and Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Now back to The Week in Geek.
Ooh, I'm so happy.
Broadcasting from the TubbyandCoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
This is brilliant dialogue.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian with
David D. Squared DeCorbier. Suck it.
Just yanking my chain on that one.
Right. So, hey, Captain Picard.
I got more hair to that.
Yes. All right, Randolph, how can people join the Starship New Orleans?
Okay, well, to join the Starship New Orleans, you can come to any of our meetings. We usually have a meeting every third Thursday of the month at Plus One Gaming at 7 p.m. Okay, but if you want to join Starfleet, it is www.sfi.org/join. That gives you all the rates stuff. If you want to get more information about the chapter, we have a webpage, www.starshipneworleans.org. And finally, we do have a Facebook group as well, Starship New Orleans. Just type in those 3 words and put you there real quick.
Awesome. All right, now, Brian, we got stuff to give away.
We got free swag. Yeah. So,
Every time you say free swag, I'm waiting for something else.
Yeah,
but, look, we got free stuff. So, real quick, before Brian starts his monologue, 260-1280, 260-1280 to call in and win.
Right, exactly. So just call in and we'll give you stuff. So
Yes.
we have 2 things to give away today. Our partners over at Battle Bin, we have the January Battle Bin. I'll get to that in a second. The other thing we have to give away is a beta code for Torment Tides of Numenera. That's thanks to NXL Entertainment. Matt Finley gave us those codes.
Yep.
So if you want to get in on the beta, right?
I know, huh?
This is the way to go.
If you don't call in and get it, Brian's going to steal it, and we don't want Brian to have anything.
No, that's not true.
You will.
Let me get into this review.
260-1280. Waka waka.
Battle Bin had a delay in their shipment for their bins for January, and so I just got a box with the January and February bins. So next week I'll have the February bin to give away.
Oh, nice!
I know.
So we're not giving both away.
No, we're not giving. No, we'll spread it out. Right, spread the love. So anyway, what this bin for January is called Adventure. And they have the Arcadia Quest, a little mini game with some custom play mats in there, about a $30 value. And it's Arcadia Quest is guilds of heroes in an epic campaign to dethrone the Vampire Lord and reclaim the mighty Arcadia for their own. It's a miniatures game, and it's from Cool Mini or Not, which these guys are fantastic. I've been following them for years, where people used to sculpt their own figures and kind of put them up there, and then they would also paint figures, and people can rate them. Well, these guys kind of started their own company to make games, and they're working with a lot of the painters out there in the world and a lot of the sculptors. So you've got some parts for Arcadia Quest in there. It's a little game, a little mini scenario in and of itself. Also, you have the Epic 2-player starter pack. Epic is a card game. It's the same guy who made Star Realms. So it's a fantasy version of Star Realms. I know you didn't play it. I have a copy of both. We just need to sit down and play at some point. But to go with that Epic 2-player starter is a custom Epic card mat, which is really nice, beautiful artwork and stuff. And then...
my question is, can you roll up the mat and crush bugs with it? Does it have dual purposes?
It is currently rolled up right now. So
that'll kill a cockroach.
Yes, you would, if you had to. Not that you would want to.
I just want to give the listeners some kind of sort of idea. Oh, the phone's ringing.
Oh yeah. So and then the other thing is the Adventure Sense pack. It's this is kind of interesting. This company came out and they wanted to add an extra multi-sensory dimension to their role-playing games and stuff. So they came out these little scent packs that you could use in your gaming space. But it's also something that doesn't kind of completely perfume the air and kind of ruin the space. Once you kind of cap it off, you're good to go. But it's nice. The little pack, there's random packs in here. This is Field of Battle, the perfect scent for knights and warriors or for casting a berserk spell. So that's kind of cool. And there's a little bookmark in there. Man, the phones are ringing. This is awesome. And so all those things, it's about $75 total value. And if you go to battlebin.com, you can get subscriptions for all these cool games for about $30 a month. But, of course, if you get a longer subscription, the price goes down from there. And you get it's Loot Crate for games. How cool is that? And I can't wait to tell you about the February box. February box is cool. That'll be next week. But no, these figures are awesome for Arcadia Quest, and cool. We got
the battle bin. The battle bin is gone. Liz is taking that.
Fantastic. So, okay, and then the Torment, Tons of Numenera, beta code. Yes. Call us. We'll give it away to you.
260-1280.
Yes.
So, but look, without much further ado, we need to get to top nerd news.
We do.
Because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Yep.
And now your top nerd news stories from around the world. Brought to you by Heroes Corner Comics. Find them on the World Wide Web at heroescornercomics.com. And now your top nerd news stories.
All right, Brian. So look, the rejoin was Stan Lee. When we came in from break. Stan Lee, he's throwing in a towel. And he's going to end it in Canada.
No. You misread it.
I better have.
That was his last appearance in Canada. Not his last.
Suck it, Canada!
Right.
I hate Canada.
Oh, why?
Because they're all the way up north and cold, and they all go like okay.
But they're really nice.
I don't care.
Oh, you're so mean.
Socialized medicine. Suck it.
You're so awful.
I know. I just hate foreigners.
Well, look.
I'm a xenophobe. That's why I can't join Starfleet.
Oh, geez. Stan Lee is of course, he's up in age, and your opportunities for visiting him are shrinking rapidly.
2 years ago, I got my picture with him here at the Comic-Con, right at the Convention Center, and I got it with him because, dude, he was getting older. He was canceling with more and more frequency, and I mean, the poor dude. I mean, I felt so bad. He felt like a caged animal sitting there when we took our picture because he's just like, hi, I'm Stan, and it's like, yes, I know who you are, sir.
Wow.
But I don't know how much longer he's got left on the material plane, much less, going up to Canada and freezing his butt off.
Right.
So what else we got, Brian?
Oh, man, we got so much stuff.
I know, man.
DC Comics says Rebirth won't just be another reboot.
Look, I have mixed feelings on this whole thing.
Okay, why is that?
A lot of their titles are going to be bi-monthly. I mean, not bi-monthly, bi-weekly in essence. Two titles a month of all their main titles.
Really?
$2.99 every 2 weeks. You got to shell out, so it's $5 a month. And I mean, at $2.99 a month, I might be able to pick up a couple of copies or a couple of different titles. But at $2.99 per title, twice, once every 2 weeks, that's too much cash. I can't drop that kind of money. It's not like when we were kids, when you could go buy a freaking comic book for 40 cents or 50 cents.
Right.
When it went up to like 75 cents, I'm like, screw this, I'm out. I'm out. Like Kramer.
Well, I do now. Okay, so they're saying it's not another reboot. However, a bunch of their titles, almost their whole line, are all rolling back to number one. Right. Now, what I find interesting, though, is that Action Comics and Detective Comics, their two oldest and longest running series, are going back to their normal number.
Yeah, 920 something for
957 and 934 respectively.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know. I think it's just another ploy. I mean, Marvel rebooted their whole system, trying to get people back in. So I think DC, yet again, my poor boys are trying to grab onto Marvel's coattails.
Well, and look, I was reading last month where they're not having a good quarter. Their numbers were down last month. They had one title in the top 10, and
Marvel?
that was no. DC is having a bad quarter, and they only had one title in the top 10. It was Batman and the Turtles, right? So it was exactly. It wasn't even a pure DC strip. So
wow.
There was like a 22-point percentage difference between DC and Marvel that month.
All right, so, Brian. Look, we're getting close to another damn break.
We
man.
are.
So look, you know what I think we're going to have to do?
What's that?
I think tomorrow or something we're going to have to do an additional show that our listeners can find at Spreaker.com. I think we'll do a live show tomorrow.
You think
are you
so?
Looking tomorrow? This is a lot of crap to talk about, dude. 1 hour is not enough. And we had to have the incomparable Randolph Allen.
Oh, yeah, no, we had to give him his due, most definitely.
So, but I don't know. Let's wrap up a couple of different things.
Well, can we jump to community news?
Yes,
this
absolutely.
Is cool. So, Memories in the Moonlight sees local cosplayers show up and help kids in need. This was up in northern Louisiana. A bunch of local businesses and stuff basically had a Memories in the Moonlight event on February 13th, a little Valentine's Day dance, and a bunch of cosplayers came by to spend some time with special needs kids and make their night. Typically, an event that these kids couldn't attend.
Yeah, right.
And hey, look, kudos to those guys up there, right? That's awesome. And it kind of shows you that you don't need to be necessarily part of a larger organization just to kind of come together, right?
No,
Those are
right,
just random cosplayers come together. So, that's a good deal. Are we ready for a break?
Yeah, but next week we're going to be at talking about cosplayers. Next week we're going to be at CoastCon, and you and I. Well, Joe Bob is going to be doing the costume contest.
No.
Hey, they specifically asked for Joe Bob. Now step off, man. I will come through this glass and I will tear off your head. You got me, boy?
No, that's fine.
I will hurt you. I will physically hurt you. So look, we're going to be that. We're going to be doing the costume contest. Well, so I guess I'll have to be your geek translator. I'll have to explain to the mundanes what the hell you're talking about. Because half the time people are like, "Oh, you use some big words." I got a nickel.
Yeah, all right.
So, all right, guys, you are listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Uber is an app that helps you make extra money just for driving your car. And because it's totally flexible, you don't have to quit your day job to make more money because you can drive and earn whenever you want. There are 3 simple steps to start making money. First, sign up for free on your phone. Second, answer a few questions and get approved. And third, start driving. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up today at drivewithuber.com. That's drivewithuber.com.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Do you have a family member who is getting older and can no longer be safely left alone? Get to know Visiting Angels, America's choice in senior home care. With over 500 offices, Visiting Angels assist adults nationwide to continue living in-home and avoid moving into a nursing home. Experienced, compassionate caregivers provide assistance in hygiene, meals, and light housework. Services provided up to 24 hours a day at affordable rates. For senior home care you can trust, check out visitingangels.com. Franchise opportunities available. Visitingangels.com.
A Napa guy knows the good thing about an old truck is you can treat it like an old truck, meaning however you want, because the paint job looks best covered in mud. Dents build character, and unpaved roads are unscientifically proven to be 70% more fun. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep that thing running longer, stronger, because it's not old, it's broken in. That's Napa know-how.
The Legend of Zelda, Symphony of the Goddesses, comes to the Sanger Theater on April 1st. A 4-movement symphony based on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda franchise, with breathtaking video, beautifully timed with a full orchestra and choir. For more information, go to zeldasymphony.com or buy your tickets now at ticketmaster.com.
This March 4th through the 6th, CoastCon marks its 39th annual science fiction, fantasy, and gaming convention in Mississippi's Gulf Coast Coliseum in Biloxi. CoastCon is the longest-running and largest convention in Mississippi. Enjoy 3 days of gaming, costumes, shopping, and guest panels with such amazing guests like Steve Bloom from Star Wars Rebels, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn from Naruto, New York Times bestselling author Jacqueline Carey. For more information, go to coastcon.org or check out their Facebook page. CoastCon, March 4th through 6th. Don't miss it.
My name is Optimus Prime, and you are listening to The Week in Geek. Autobots, transform and roll out.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
Kimberly Richardson. Kimberly Richardson.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
I'm sure she'll appreciate that.
I remember her name coming out of break, too. That's even better.
That is. And speaking of Miss Richardson, just one more shot.
Pomegranate?
Yeah, her.
I remember her book name.
Oh, geez. So, yeah, we just another shout out. We're near the end of the month here. Maybaum and Pomegranate is our book of the month, and you can find that at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop for a 10% discount.
Only at Tubby & Coos.
Right. And
the book.
Anyway, and also another shout out real quick to our fan listener of the month, Matthew Levine.
Yes, hey Matthew, I know you're going to listen to this podcast eventually. Follow us on Instagram now too, pal. The Week in Geek.
All right, so
he got his interviews from Twitter.
You're right. We love him.
Hey,
All right, are you ready for this Week in Geek history?
Absolutely not.
Of course,
let's do it.
This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future. Yes! Oh my gosh!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Five Stones Media. Find them on the net at fivestonesmedia.com. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
All right, sir.
What do we got, man?
This week was a little, as far as history is concerned, was a little light. But
so nobody was killing and murdering anybody. Nobody invented anything cool. Nobody found a planet.
The first one out of the gate that Randolph's not going to like. On February 22nd, 1993.
I like Flash.
Premiering on the
Wait, stop!
Why?
You not listen to the show? I'm going to come over there and hurt you.
Premiering on the Primetime Entertainment Network. It's Babylon 5.
Oh. Yeah, that was a much better show than Star Trek.
My wife is going to slaughter you. I have such a great story about all. Anyway.
I don't really like Bab 5. I really don't.
No, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was good stuff.
You would. It's probably all cerebral and stuff. Talking about brains and smart people things.
All right, February 23rd, 1455. Is held as the traditional date for the publication of the Gutenberg Bible. It was the first Western book printed with movable type.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really kind of cool.
That is. That is. And then Steve Gutenberg broke into filmmaking right after that. Because his dad selling all those Gutenberg Bibles.
Right.
Then he did Short Circuit. It's all, been cruising, sailing, Police Academy.
Kudos.
Johnny Five is alive! Your mother was a snowblower.
Oh, jeez.
What else?
February 24th, 1983.
Dang!
According to Twin Galaxies, Ken McLeod scores a record-setting 2,913,510 points playing
Pac-Man,
the Namco arcade game Bosconian.
What?
It's I looked it up. It is it's kind of like a better version of Asteroids. Where
Hi, I'm Brian. I make obscure gaming references.
No, I mean, look, I told you it was a light week, right?
Man.
I really had to dig for this stuff, but it's cool. It's kind of like Asteroids, but better graphics, and there's these space stations, and you have to defeat them, and then there's 255 levels, and if you get that far, it will loop back to a level 0, which is kind of messed up, and so you really have to have skills in order to get past that, and then it loops back to level 1, and then you play them all again, and so this guy just kept continuing playing.
Forget that.
Yeah, it's...
speaking of old throwback games, too, Ready Player One, they got their lead actor.
I know,
and
I saw
you can
that.
check that out tomorrow at Spreaker.com, The Week in Geek. We'll probably go live sometime in the evening, I would guess.
Yeah.
Or lunchtime. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow.
I'm working tomorrow.
Oh, boo. Hiss.
Yeah. All right, next thing on the list, February 25th, 1980. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences nominates the science fiction film The Black Hole for Oscar awards in both cinematography and visual effects. What?
The Oscars?
Yeah, the Oscars.
The Oscars nominated a movie called The Black Hole?
Yeah, come on, you remember The Black Hole.
The all-white Oscars nominated a movie called The Black Hole.
Oh, jeez. Dave, come on.
That was the one with that was a Disney movie, right?
It was a Disney movie.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, that they tried to make for a more mature audience, and actually it did pretty poorly.
Actually, I think I remember liking it, though. I mean, usually whatever the country likes, or dislikes, I like for some strange reason.
No, I liked it as a kid, but it actually, I think it bombed.
Yeah, so. I kind of like Gods of Egypt's going to do.
Oh, man, that's going to be horrible.
What the hell they were thinking.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, and I'm worried for the same thing for that. I'm worried about Ghost in the Shell, right?
They cast all pasty white people for that one, too?
Right, and they're supposed to be Asian. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So, all right, last thing on my list, it's kind of interesting, is February 26, 2008. Biologist E.O. Wilson launches the Encyclopedia of Life. It's a free collaborative encyclopedia devoted to cataloging all species of life known to science.
The bright side of life.
Yeah. But no, it's cool. It's kind of like a Wikipedia of life. All different
but on
species.
Paper?
No, it's on the internet.
Oh, it's on
Dave.
the internet? The World Wide Web, you say?
The internet is a series of tubes.
All right, give me some birthdays.
We're almost birthdays. Out of here. Hey, this one's for
anybody wants some free game codes, call in 260-1280, 260-1280. Free stuff. off?
On the 22nd, Jerry Ryan.
Oh, my gosh.
7 to 9.
I loved it. I saw her covering Maxim. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, mama.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, guest of the show on the 24th, Barry Boswick. Happy birthday.
Yay, Barry. We have his picture in the studio.
Another guest of the show, also on the 24th, Edward James Olmos.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
All the cool kids are born in this month.
Yeah. 25th is Sean Austin.
Oh, Rudy? Rudy.
From Goonies.
Yeah, Rudy.
And Samwise Gamgee in Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Rudy.
Right.
It's almost a sports ball movie. We're on Fox Sports 1280. Pretend you know something about sports.
I know about the Chargers trying to loop in the Comic-Con.
Tomorrow's show,
Yeah,
Spreaker.com,
exactly.
The Week in Geek. Follow us, guys. We need followers.
On the 27th, Adam Baldwin. Right, Jane from Firefly. Come on.
Yeah, he's a Baldwin though, so his family. I have to kind of disown him just for that.
No, he was cool when I met him. He actually, the money that I was going to pay him for an autograph, he told me to go put it in the kitty for the cancer kid, dude.
Wow. All right. Well, okay. Maybe he's not as bad as his brothers.
Yeah. So.
All right. So, guys, as always, once again, we strongly urge you to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio. Check out our website, twigradio.com, and all new on Instagram, The Week in Geek. Brian, how can people listen to this show today and tomorrow?
Spreaker.com or the Spreaker app for your smartphone or tablet. You can find us on YouTube and on iTunes.
Yes, iTunes, the dirty iTunes. All right, Randolph, thank you so much for coming in. Once again, give out the website where people can join Starfleet.
www.sfi.org/join.
/join. All right, and Facebook page for you guys?
Starship New Orleans.
All righty. So once again, thanks to everybody who listened. Liz in Metairie, congratulations. We're going to be calling you here shortly. So, guys, next week we'll be at CoastCon. Karen Lewis is going to be on the show, correct?
Yes, Karen Lewis is calling in.
All right, till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
We are Fox Sports 1280 WODT New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.